YouTube? It's your boy Trinity Wolf, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, episode 13. Now, as you can see in the thumbnail, I am playing Crystal Beast yet once again, but for this upcoming next Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, as you guys may have seen the poll, I chose a different deck. But anyway, guys, if you are new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button. We are on the march for our 1K subscribers, so we're ready to do that by the end of the year. So, on to game one, you guys. Versus Sky Strikers. Now, as you see, I get to go first. He ashed my Rainbow Bridge, but that didn't stop us. We had Crystal Bond. Pegasus placed the Crystal Beast. Rainbow Dragon, get the Mammoth, adding Rainbow Dragon, normal Pegasus, placing Topaz Tiger, and pretty much making Baguska pass. But, of course, I didn't know I was playing against Sky Strikers, of course, so basically Baguska did absolutely nothing. But, so once I saw the quick play spell to get the Sky Striker token, I was like, yeah, he's playing Sky Strikers. So Baguska is gonna do absolutely nothing for me here. As you can see, he attacks. He's gonna send engage to the graveyard. And then he's gonna switch to Kagari, adding the engage. So this player said it's been a while. Well, I don't know I forgot what he said, because it's been a couple of days, but either it's been a while since he's played, or he's getting into the game and he's playing Sky Strikers. But nonetheless, this duel was pretty fun. We're both, pretty much playing a grind game, so our turns took, not a long time, but just this duel took a minute, because just having those grind games like this just take a while. But as you can see, I switched Baguska into attack position. I'm only losing 200 attack because there's only 2 spells in the grave. The activates there can only be 1, which does absolutely nothing to Crystal Beast. At least if you play a certain way, it does nothing. Because as you can see, I have a Fiend, a Wing Beast, and a Dragon. And now we made AAA Zeus. I'm so glad I threw this card in the deck, because that card is just so powerful. It helped me control so many games on this episode. And I wish I put it in sooner, but if you guys want to see an updated deck list of this, it hasn't changed much since the other one. It's just mostly the extra deck changed a little bit, and just the main deck. Mostly because I'm going to be main decking 3 Necro Valleys in this episode. Necro Valley is an insane card. Like, as you will see in my round 3 when I faced against Tearlaments, it just controlled the game, you guys. Like, Necro Valley is crazy. Plus, it helps protect your one-ofs in your graveyard from things like DD Crow, Call by the Grave, or any kind of banishing, because, things can't get moved from the graveyard. So, Necro Valley is a pretty good card to main deck in Crystal Beast. As you can see, we're just going to the grind game, but I'm pretty much just going to control the game here, make the Cherubini get a level. I don't know if I used the effect to get another 3, or just I should have used it. But yeah, I think I used it just so it couldn't get destroyed, but then he Widow Anchors it to take it. I guess he couldn't get rid of it. But that's going to be game 1, you guys, because I pretty much just have it. So on to game 2, however, my opponent's actually going to get to go first. He actually opens up with the reinforcements of the army getting access to Ray, which having Ray in your graveyard is pretty much going to keep you going in the grind game when you're playing Sky Strikers, just because game 1 he only had the token to go off with. So if I was able to get rid of the monster, it just makes it very difficult for the Sky Strikers when they don't see their monster. So as you can see, he gets the engage. But anyway, guys, yeah, have you guys been enjoying these Yu-Gi-Oh! Days? I really like showing these, but it seems like when I do the feature matched ones, or just like the single duels, those seem to get more attention. Or if there's anything I can do to improve my Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episodes, maybe make it more like a vlog, to where it's like I am reacting to everything from that day. But like, you see me being there talking in the store, like, I don't know. If you guys like it the way I'm doing it, just let me know down in the comments. Or if you guys just prefer if I just do feature matches, but I kind of like filming these Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episodes, so either way, I just might upload them anyway. But I'd like to know what you guys think and what you guys like to watch, because that's why I made the poll of like, hey, what deck should I play? And you guys voted Heroes. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure Heroes are just going to win yet again. But I'm probably going to do it like this, where I'll pick 1 week where you guys pick where I want to play, and then 1 week I'll pretty much just switch it every other week to where I'll play a deck I want, and then I'll ask you guys later which one you want. But on this game, however, my opponent's kind of still learning the deck and all that, so we actually end up drawing. So I'd rather draw than take a loss, because it doesn't count as a loss, but it's not a win either. But it's neither or. So I'll take a draw over a loss anytime. So, but yeah. I see you guys are mainly wanting to see the heroes, and if that's mostly what you guys like from my channel mostly, then I'll just keep playing heroes, and then I'll play a deck I want every now and then. But if the hero content is what you guys like the most, which I can clearly see because the fact that I've made pretty much 2 polls now, and heroes have basically won twice, I'll just keep playing the pure heroes if that's what y'all want to see. But yeah. But I do want to, I'm probably, the week after this, I'm probably going to play Branded Heroes, just because I haven't had the chance yet since the ban list, now that we've got 3 Fusion Destiny. But yeah, we have time here. So on round 2, however, if you guys can see from the funny little picture, I'm actually playing against Ojama Sprite. And it's actually a pretty good deck. I mean, as you guys know, all of the Ojamas are level 2s. So it's like the Ojamas are kind of like bait. Like when you normal summon Ojama Red to special other Ojamas, if you negate that, it's either bait or that's everything he has. Because then it's like if you summon the Ojama Red to special summon all the other level 2s in your hand, and then he can just pop off with like Sprite Blue and just other things. But I bet if you flipped over like Rivalry, like which I will be playing in my hero deck, because those are beasts. I think they're not psychic, are they? Or are they thunders? I think are sprites all different I haven't really paid attention to their types, but I think Rivalry would kind of just crap on this version of the deck, I believe. But as you can see, I make Appaloosa for 3 and Baguska for 2. So this is pretty much a really good board for, going first with Crystal Beast. But as you can see, he was able to... Pretty much, he said Baguska pretty much just crapped on his whole turn. But as you can see, I'm kind of going extra here. I made the Over Dragon with the Rainbow Dragon, and then, yeah. Because I learned from my mistake last time where they couldn't be in the Spell and Trap zone. So they have to either be monsters on the field or just in the grave. So I know that now. So I fixed that misplay I've done. So I don't make that. I'm not going to make that misplay ever again. But as you can see, look, he normals the red, gets the yellow, and then he just links off and then just starts doing a bunch of crazy shenanigans with the Sprite engine. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I actually lose this game too, mostly because I kind of forgot about Pot of Prosperity because I'm going to activate it on my opening turn. I forget about Pot of Prosperity, so then he's only going to take half damage. So I didn't make a board strong enough to pretty much kill him. And then the following turn, he just pretty much he actually is going to top deck freaking Raigeki and like wipe my board. But as you guys can see, yeah, I'll start off with the Crystal Master, so none of my Crystal Beasts can be targeted. And then get the bridge. He negates the bridge. I had 2 bridges in my hand. This game 1, game 2, and game 3. I opened up 2 Bridge of the Heart, and it was like fantastic. So as you can see, Crystal Bond. I pop off Rainbow Dragon. But as you know, so I'm popping off and I'm doing fine. He actually negated the Rainbow Dragon. He actually negated the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. We use Pegasus to place Pegasus. We pop the Pegasus to get Beacon. Carbuncle, the double Sapphire Pegasus. You love to see it. And my secret rare Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus finally came in. So the deck's not max rarity, of course, because I need Ghost Rainbow Dragons and Ulti Sapphire, but I'm not going to invest too much in this deck, even though I really, really love this Crystal Beast deck. You know, I really, really love this deck, so I'm really glad it's like so playable, because I've always wanted to play this deck, but before this noob support, it was just never good enough. So now I'm just glad I'm able to actually finally play this deck for once, and it can compete, because last week I went X1 with it, and pretty much I still want to go undefeated, but this is where I lose, because as you can see, he did the Lightning Storm on my monsters. They got destroyed, and then he pretty much swings for game. On the game through, however, we're going to pretty much just take over the game. We do the Bridge of the Heart, Sapphire Pegasus with Crystal Beacon, double Pegasus. And everybody was always blown away that the card is not once per turn. We used Cherubini to send our Amethyst Cat. We summoned Dugaris to bring back Ruby Carbuncle to special summon the other two. We Rainbow Bridge for our counter trap. And then we normal summon Sapphire Pegasus. That was either the additional normal summon or regular. I'm not sure. Appaloosa for 3. Bagooska again, set the trap and pass. He actually Lightning Storms the back row. I actually had to use the counter trap here, which kind of sucks because I lose my bounce and my negate. He Sprite starters. I can't remember, but you know, he paid the life to use the Sprite starter. Bagooska is just negating anything on field. He Ojama duos to get an Ojama monster. I don't think that's what duo does. I think you just get a token, but I think I was just fine with him. Or does it search an Ojama? Oh gosh, I don't remember what Ojama duo does when you banish it, but yeah, I saw the Rainbow Dragon because Ojama. If you're wondering why, yeah, and like the fact that he just top decks a freaking kaiju, I was so upset. I negate the Sprite Elf. He swings at that, getting rid of the kaiju because he almost would have beat me, but luckily I had all my Rainbow Crystal Beast cards, and I swung over his life, and that was the game. On to round 3, however, I'm sorry. This is against Tearlaments branded. As you can see, we go first. We open up Dimension Shifter, which, you know, craps on Tearlaments. This is the first time I think I opened up the D Shifter today. We pretty much make our going first board where we make Bagooska set a card. I don't think that was actually the counter trap. I think that was actually just impermanence. But we make Bagooska. It's kind of funny how some people still don't know what Bagooska does sometimes, even though the card's been around for a while. But yeah, he almost forgot he was under the D Shifter. So he's still making his plays. And I'm not sure if that card was even able to summon, since it doesn't send to the graveyard as cost, but I wasn't sure. I guess he was just summoning a bunch of bodies on the board just for some defense. We Crystal Beacon, getting our Ruby Carbuncle, summon those two. And I can't bridge for bond, activate bond. No, we didn't bond yet. We used bridge to destroy our thing to bounce that card back to his hand, which I wish I didn't bounce it to his hand, because then he just activated it anyway, because I forgot that you could just, I guess, do it quick. And he's gonna fusion summon here he fusion summons into Masquerade, and then I just flip over my impermanence on it. I was like, okay, cool. I was hoping it would be something more threatening, but I was like, oh, it's just Masquerade. But I don't feel like burning for 600, because gonna do a lot of effects here. We get our Pegasus, placing Eagle, and we should be making Appaloosa here. Yeah, Appaloosa for 4. And let's see here. I'm checking his graveyard. I swing at the Masquerade. He brings it back. I make AAA Zeus, put it in defense. And He was thinking I was paying life points for using Masquerade, but I'm like, no, when you kill Masquerade and it comes back with its effect, you don't burn. Like, that card would be so stupid if you could just bring it back twice and burn. He runs over my Appaloosa because I used the negates. He ran over it by 100. During his end phase, I activated Zeus to wipe the board, essentially. I activate Necro Valley. He responds with Branded in Red, which is kind of what I wanted him to do. He banishes my Zeus. I special summon Rainbow Dragon, swing over the Masquerade for 1,000. The Masquerade kills the Rainbow Dragon. He's pretty much Necro Valley is just going to control the game here. He's just summoning and attacking. I just summon my other Rainbow Dragon, make Over Dragon, and I just kind of just beat him over with Over Dragon the entire time because he's milling, can't do anything with the milling. So pretty much I just get to keep swinging with a giant beat stick the entire time. I was a little afraid of the Jester here, but he looked at his deck and he was actually out of target, so he just scooped. On to game 2, however, he gets to go first. He's going to use Terraforming to search for the Tearlament field spell. Then he's going to pretty much do some Tearlament shenanigans, because I don't remember the names for them, to be honest. I think he mills like 2 of his super polys. I ashed I forgot what the dude's effect was. I ashed him. He actually ended up passing his turn. I Prosperity. I actually grabbed the Necro Valley here. The only thing bad about this game was I actually bricked. I probably should have actually just added the Sapphire Pegasus, but then at the same time, it wasn't going to do anything, so I was like, okay, maybe I can just slow him down with Necro Valley and hope to top deck a really good card. So we get the Crystal Bond here, but I messed up because I actually had 2 Rainbow Dragons in my hand. I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, so as you can see, I put the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon back because I just forgot that both Rainbow Dragons were actually in my hand, which you can see. So I just pretty much had big beat sticks in my hand, and I just pretty much just lose just because I just bricked pretty bad. But at the same time, he couldn't really do anything either, so it was kind of just an unlucky game. But game 3, however, we're going to change that. We actually open up with D-Shifter again. We're pretty much going to make the exact same board as we did game 1. But we actually have the Bridge of the Heart this time. We use our Rainbow Dragon, Sapphire Pegasus, place Mammoth, activate the Quick Play spell. We're going to actually summon another Pegasus to put Rainbow Dragon here so I can use him again later. And then I make Baguska, setting the counter trap and passing, so that way I have a Sapphire Pegasus to destroy and bounce a card. He Lightning Storms the back row. I have to negate it with the counter trap. I guess more people are starting to play Lightning Storm again, because I haven't noticed Lightning Storm that much. He sets 4 passes. I top deck Feather Duster, getting rid of his entire back row. I use Rainbow Dragon's effect, summon Tiger, and I'm pretty much just going to make a bunch of beat sticks and swing for game here. Well, I don't swing for game, I just swing for a lot of damage because I was kind of worried about time, so I didn't want to lose track of time. And he did droplet my Baguska, and I kind of wish I just kept him in. Well, that's the reason why I was summoning everything in attack position, because he got droplet, so I wasn't misplaying or anything. I make the Abyss Dweller, and that's gonna pretty much control the game here. Because Baguska did attack, I made Zeus, and Zeus did have 2 material. Pretty much his turn starts, I'm going to use Abyss Dweller, which is going to just shut off his graveyard yet again. He makes Lubellion, makes Masquerade. He was pretty positive I wasn't going to use Zeus's effect to wipe the board, because then everything would just get blown up anyway. And he was right, because I wasn't expecting a Masquerade to come out. But I just let Zeus get killed, and pretty much my board gets killed here. But, you know, I pretty much have everything I need. So we get the Crystal Bond by blowing the Amethyst Cat up. We get Tortoise at Pegasus. We summon Pegasus to, I believe, put our last Crystal Beast into our Spell and Trap zone. Oh, no, it was just summon Rainbow Dragons and win. Final round, however, I actually misplayed quite a bit. So I went X1 again today. This is against Drytron. I misplayed really hard here game 1, and it kind of just threw me off for the rest of the game. As you can see, he's just doing a bunch of Drytron shenanigans, and honestly, sometimes I get impatient when playing against a deck like this, because it's like the same cards activating over and over again. I'm just like, why is the same card you're using able to just keep activating over and over and over and over again. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I don't know why they felt like this deck needed to get buffed, but oh well. He has this counter trap, and that's kind of what made me misplay, because I kind of forgot he needed that monster on the far left on the field still. So I was kind of worried about it. I was like, man, I have to like bait this counter trap. But as you can see, the monster wasn't there anymore. So I start with Necro Valley, and he negates it with Baron de Fleur, when I should have just started off with Dark Ruler No More in the first place, because that Necro Valley would have controlled this entire game, and it would have won, because Necro Valley craps on this deck as well. Because why? They come back to the hand, the spells come back to the hand. Like, this deck does a lot of like graveyard recursion, so the Necro Valley would have controlled this entire thing. So you see, he didn't even set the trap, he set a forbidden droplet. So pretty much, as you can see, I've tried to make something work, but it just wasn't gonna happen. So that's pretty much just gonna cause me the game here, because if I would have just Dark Ruled first and then slapped Necro Valley, I would have had this game like 100%. Like, the droplet wouldn't have done anything. I would have just been able to make a controlling board and pass, and then he would have just had to have had the out for Necro Valley, which he didn't have. I used the counter trap on the Divine Herald to negate and destroy it, but of course it's not going to be enough. And I wish I had Bridge of the Heart, so I could have bounced something back up to his hand, but it probably wouldn't have mattered, just because, the Drytrons are just ridiculous. But yeah, sometimes when I misplay hard like that, I hate when it just messes me up for, like, I hope I'm not the only one who feels like that, but when I misplay so hard, like, it'll just make me mess up the entire rest of, like, the round. But yeah, as you can see, I was just talking about, like, yeah, I messed up with not doing that second. Game 2, however, I was really salty about this. I wasn't trying to show it because, I'm not trying to, be that guy who just, like, you got, like, super lucky, dude. But he really got lucky. The fact that I made, like, a board that would stop him. What sucks is I made Baguska when I should have just made Abyss Dweller. So that way nothing could activate in Grave. Because I already had an Appaloosa for 3 to negate 3 monster effects. So I should have just made Abyss Dweller and then just chained it during standby. Because I kid you not. I'll get to that part in a minute. But as you can see, I'm just popping off. He had no responses, no hand traps. I'm doing my thing. We make Appaloosa for 3, make Baguska, and we have the elephant for, we have the mammoth for our counter trap, and we pass. And I kid you not, this man lava golems me twice. I get lava golemed twice. The fact that he opened up both is ridiculous. Like, it's like, sometimes that kind of crap happens when the deck doesn't get shuffled well enough when you're side decking. Because there's no way you should have seen both of them. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it, because I got Lava Golem twice. So I lose this game. But we went X1 again with Crystal Beast. But we won't be having Crystal Beast this Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episode. It's probably going to be most likely Heroes. So anyway, guys, if you're newer to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit like button. And I will see you guys in the next one.